So my name is Jackie Lee Price, and I am delighted that my guest today is the new under 91 kg national champion for England boxing, Patrick Brown. How you doing?
Yes, I'm good, thanks. And yeah, it still doesn't seem quite real, to be fair. Massive achievement, something that I've been working all my life for, and yeah, it's not sunk in at all.
You looked really relaxed as you were walking out to the ring yesterday. I thought, this kid looks like he's born to be there.
Well, as I was getting up, I actually hit my head off the top of the bar. I just knew I would have done something stupid, and all my mates were laughing, and people who were watching from home, they were, videoing that part. And instead of all well done messages, I've had all them videos getting sent to me. But it's part and parcel of it. You just got to take it as it comes.
Absolutely. I was going to say, I'm surprised you actually made it into the ring because you nearly KO'd yourself as you went in. But it was quite funny the way that you handled it as well. It was quite funny.
Yeah, I pretended that I got stunned by it.
Yeah. So, how's the last sort of 24 hours been treating you? How did you celebrate yesterday?
So obviously the championships were in London, and I'm from Manchester, so I got in the car with a few of my close best friends. They're like brothers to me, really. I'm always round at their house, and I just went home with them instead of me coaches, because they're probably sick of me by now, being with me all weekend. And yeah, the journey was great. When we stopped off at the services, I got a bit of food down me. Some nice, M&S really, Percy Pigs. I love them. So yeah, we just went home. I think it took around like 3-ish hours, and I just chilled out really. Got to bed. I left my phone, to be honest, because I just knew it would be blowing up, because the support was absolutely unreal, and I can't thank everyone enough. Honestly, they were just, it's just unbelievable. So even people messaging me now, I've never even met them, and they're just complimenting me, and I appreciate so much, because I'll remember these people when I do start progressing even more. Remember the ones who, supported me at the bottom, and that's what you need to do. So yeah, I just chilled out, got a nice rest and good sleep, and yeah.
Not very rock and roll though, is it?
Pardon?
It's not very rock and roll. I thought you was going to say, "Oh, we went out."
Well, to be honest, I was going to go out, because the lads who come and supported me, they were already drunk and having a laugh, and I just thought, if I join the party with them now, it's not going to end well. So I thought I may as well save it till today, and I went for a nice roast dinner with them and thanked them, for coming all the way to London and supporting me, and yeah.
Beautiful. That's nice. That's really nice. So you had a lovely, lovely performance yesterday, but were you happy with it? There was a little slow start, I would say, from both of you, a little bit cagey in the first round, feeling each other out. But overall, were you happy with your performance?
So with my performance, I knew Pogson, my opponent, he's experienced. He's been boxing for England for a good few years, and I knew he would try and rob me and, jab and move, and he's very good at picking his shots. So it took me a while to read him, and I didn't want to I've seen his previous opponents, they go lunging in towards him, and he's used to that, and he's a very good counter puncher. So I didn't really want to fall into his game plan. I wanted to make sure I'm controlling the fight. So yeah, I think we were both wary of each other, we respected each other, and yeah, until the second round, things started to get heated slightly more. The first round, like you said, it was slow, and yeah, we were just feeling each other out really. So I should have got going more, to be honest, in the first round. But he's an awkward customer. It's styles make fights, and our styles obviously gelled in more of a chess match sort of play.
What I will say is, every time I ask a boxer that question, they always come up with a negative. So I'm going to say what was positive about it. Yes, it was a slow start, a feeling out mission, but what was beautiful, everything that you did was behind the jab. That gorgeous long, so you're really delicious at long and mid-range, and you were working behind the jab. And I think you were having so much success, especially in the second round, because his hands were quite low, weren't they?
Yeah, his hands were quite low, and he does, as he goes back, his chin is slightly up in the air from
Yeah.
previous fights that I've seen. That's just his style. He's good at it against, obviously, his previous opponents. But with me, that was a weakness for himself, so I had to capitalise on it and make sure that I could get it right. So, yeah, I thought it was going to be a jab off because he's long and rangy like me, and he uses his jab a lot in his fight. So I just knew it would have fallen down to who's got the better jab, and I did believe I had the better jab in the fight, and it's shown.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at somebody like that, who's, I think, has he not been in 5 finals? Or
Yeah,
he's actually been a contender 5 times or something like that, and been a finalist once before. Surely, when you look at that, are you not proud of just the fact that you've taken out somebody that's that experienced?
well, I don't really. Thing is with me, I train so hard and I train to win, and I always in my head, no one can beat me, because in boxing you have to think like that. So I didn't really, to be honest, I didn't actually look into boxing that much. I just left it for my coaches, Kelvin and Nigel, and they did all the research. They told me how he boxes. We watched his last fight in the nationals, in the semi-finals at the gym, and that's all I watched on him really. I never really looked into his history, because it's just a fight. It's just 2 men going at it, and I'm not bothered about his history. It doesn't change how the fight's going to be. I'm just bothered about how he fights and watching how he performs. That's all I care about. But it is, after the fight, obviously I got to know him more of other people, and he is an experienced fighter, and yeah, it does make the win a lot better that I've beaten a good fighter like Pogson. Yeah.
Beautiful. So, weren't you, before you were at Moss Side Fire Station, weren't you at, is it Sale you were at before
Sale West.
you joined there? Sale West. So, has your move just been within this season?
So basically what happened was I've been boxing at Sale West since a babby, so around 6.5, 7 years of age. My dad took me to the gym when Mr. Paul Dunn ran it. God bless, he passed away a good few years ago, and my dad and Solomon Jen took over the gym.
Yeah.
So I've been at Sale West since I can remember, up until the lockdown happened. And when the lockdown happened, the amateur clubs closed down, and I was, didn't have a gym to go to. I was losing my head. I was just training at home, and luckily I got in. Dermot Craven, he got in touch with Johnny Roy at MTK Preston, got me some sparring there with a pro, and I did well in the spar, and he invited me to the gym and said, listen, you can train here for the time being, which I thought was really nice of him, and that really helped me out. It kept me fit. Everyone else obviously would have been away from the gym, but all my eyes were set on the ABA still, even back then in the lockdown when nothing appeared to be happening. I was still training. And then when the lockdown started calming down a bit, gyms were opening back up, I thought, I don't want to go back to Sale West. I feel like my dad's always said, like, open your wings and grow, and, really go and experience other gyms. And they did guide me to Nigel and Kelvin, because they are family to me. They've known Solomon for years and years, and I know I'm in safe hands with them. So I joined Moss Side, and yeah, it's just brilliant. I love the setup. I've really changed mentally as a fighter and physically 100%. And that's no disrespect to me dad and Solomon. They've done a tremendous job. Without them, I don't know where I would be. So yeah, Moss Side, it really is great, and I'm loving it at the minute. So that's basically the whole process of when I moved from Sale to Moss Side, really, and I appreciate it massively from Nigel and Kelvin.
What's brilliant about that is, I know it was a super tough time for everybody on the amateur scene when the lockdowns happened, and there were some people, and I'm not judging either way, there were some people that packed up because it was just too much, I think. There were some people that, you know, they were doing the odd bits and pieces, but for you to actually go and take yourself off to a pro gym and with the end goal being, listen, when the ABAs happen, I'm going to be ready. I really commend you for that. That's the
Thank you very
first thing.
much.
I do. And the second one, what is it like? So I know Dribble. You might not know who Dribble is. Dribble is
No.
aka Nigel Travis.
Right, okay.
Dribble is
I'll
aka
call him
Nigel.
that next. I'll call him that next time I'm with it.
He was the captain of our boxing gym, and we used to call him Dribble. So yeah, aka Dribble. And Kelvin Travis. What's it like? First of all, so I know what Nigel's like. He's a brilliant leader, actually. As much as he jokes around and stuff like that, he's a very caring person, and he's actually a really great leader. Like I said, he was our captain. But what is it also like to work with Kelvin Travis, who was a former GB coach?
Kelvin's a lovely bloke, and he's very experienced. He's 72 years of age, and I always remember he took me on the pads, and I was just tapping them, and he was saying, "Come on, hit the pads." And I've gone, "Kelvin, like, come on, I'm not going to start hitting the pads." And he was like, "Come on, hit the pads." And he's rushing me, and he's hitting me in the face. So I start hitting the pads, and he's still coming at me. I'm like, "Oh my, like, this is unbelievable, this." And ever since that time on the pads, it was like, wow, he lives and breathes his sport.
Yeah.
Like, he's an unbelievable bloke. He helps so many kids out and senior fighters, and him as a coach, he really is the Mickey of Rocky. He really is. He's so, I couldn't pick anyone better, and he's so he's just good. He knows his fighters. So if a fighter maybe needs, I don't know, with his training methods, like, he knows, like, he can tell me a lot, and I'll take it in like a sponge. Whereas with other fighters, they might not take it in as easy. So he takes his time more with them. And that's what I love about him. With different fighters, he has different tactics, you know, of training. So, yeah, and he's old school as well, old school training, and you can't beat the old school. Don't get me wrong, the new school of boxing is great, but still, you know, from the roots and back in the day, you just can't beat it. And that's what he does. He pushes me to my limits, and he doesn't let me give in. And he does really treat me like a dog, and that's what you've got to be like in this game. You've got to train like an animal. And he does that. He gets it out of me.
It sounds amazing, and it does sound like you just said, an old school boxing gym. I can imagine, like, so when I was boxing, we never used to miss training because it was so much. It not only was the training was fun, the camaraderie. Is it like that? Because I can imagine it's like that at Moss Side.
Yeah, it definitely is. When you walk into Moss Side, it's really hot, like a sauna. As soon as you walk in, you're sweating straight away. It's actually quite pleasant now because it's so cold in Manchester. So when I do walk in the gym, I really love it until I'm 10 minutes in and I'm sweating and I want to go back outside then to cool down. But yeah, the gym is just booming. The music's on. Nigel and Kelvin, they don't take no messing around. So everyone's serious. They're all training. They've all got goals. Everyone in there wants to be champion and stuff like that. And they can look at the likes of Conor Tusbury, who's also very successful at Moss Side, and it's brilliant. It gives the kids hope that they can get there. And yeah, the gym, it really is amazing. You've got Bash there as well. He's unbelievable. He's so fit and he pushes everyone. He really does. His circuits are a killer. And when he gets you on the abs at the end and all the stretches, he really knows his stuff and he makes sure you do it and get it to perfection. And I remember with me stretching, I used to only be able to touch my toes, the tiniest bit with my fingertips, and now I can wrap my whole hand over my foot and things I could never dream of doing, and that's all because of Bash. And it's definitely helped me, you know, in my fights with my footwork and just moving around. You just feel a lot more free. So yeah, the Moss Side gym, it really is a great environment.
You know what? If I lived in Manchester, I would train there because just you talking about it, you know, you can feel the energy, you can feel the positivity about the gym. And like I say, I know Nigel, and I can just imagine it's a laugh, but it's also hard work.
Oh yeah, definitely. The banter in the gym, It really is funny. Nigel brings the laughs, but then he also, if there's too many laughs, he'll tell you off and get you back to serious mode again. So they know the balance, and that's all. That's part and parcel of it with boxing. Everyone thinks boxing gyms are scary, and people, they're scared. They're scared to go in the gym. They don't know what it's like. But when you're in a boxing gym, it's not just a gym; it's a family. You go in. Everyone treats each other with the utmost respect, and yeah, it's brilliant. It gets you off the streets, keeps you on the straight and narrow, and that's what it's all about. And it's keeping you fit. You're not on your game inside. You're not eating rubbish. You're training. You feel good, and yeah, it really is good.
Yeah, fantastic. You are also 2 times, is it northeast? You are northeast, aren't you?
Northwest. So I've actually
Northwest. I forgot my geography then.
I've won the Northwest, I think, actually 4 times. I've been through the weights quite a bit. So I remember, I think the first time I got through, I was 69 kilogram, and then I think I've boxed at 69 kilogram again. The second time, I've done that twice. I've done one at 81 kilogram, and obviously 91 kilogram, my recent one. So I've definitely gone through the weights, through the ABAs. So yeah.
So are you going to stick at? Firstly, you're going to stick at 91, and I also understand you boxed Connor before. Isn't Connor on GB? Will you get a trial now as well because you've won the championships?
So yeah, when I won the semi-finals and got a final spot, I got invited to Sheffield to do a GB assessment, which I'm over the moon with. I can't wait. That's in January. So yes, I'm only going to have a little Christmas treat and then straight back to business again, because I've got to be fit as a fiddle, showing what I'm made of, because it's just as important as a fight, if not more. So yeah, that's the next goal of mine.
So what if you say you get on GB, what would your ultimate goals be for, let's say, the next 3 to 5 years?
So if I got on GB, my goals would be obviously listening to the GB coaches, because they'll know best, and hopefully I would like to start off with little major competitions, kind of like, from the bottom and work your way up slowly, get used to boxing around the world and stuff like that. That's always been one of my goals. And then the Olympics, that's everyone's dream as an amateur. So it's a very big ask, but I'm willing to put the work in, and I do really believe I can get there with the way I'm going at the moment.
You're most certainly at the right gym. No disrespect to your last gym, but like you say, sometimes it's time to move on. The move seems to be working for you. Thank you very much for giving us your time, and have a good Christmas. Well, you're not allowed to have too much of one, but
thank you very much, and thanks for your time as well and getting me on here. I really appreciate it.
I look forward to watching your journey.
Thank you very much.